Reviews. I am Dan the Man, aka Daniel's son, and I am reviewing Naruto Shippuden 389 and 390. Now, I used to always watch the animated series of Naruto from definitely the part 1 through part 2, but the fillers have just killed me. Like, I usually now I go back and I watch the anime. If I know something big is going to happen, it's going to be animated from the manga, or they have a special like this. I had to watch this special, the Hyuga Sisters. Right here, guys, right in the heart, man. It was just a great episode to focus on the Hyuga Sisters, Hinata and Hanabi. And of course, to learn a little bit more of the Hyuga ways. We know that they have the caged bird seal. We know that they're strict. They have these jutsus and these secrets of theirs. And of course, they wanted to do an episode to you guys, for the audience, to get to know Hanabi a little bit more, since Hanabi is really irrelevant in the manga. She's just there, and then we don't learn anything about her personality, or even if she likes Hinata. But now that we're getting the movie, and the movie's canon, they want to just, give us a little bit more of Hanabi, because that movie is focused on Hanabi's kidnapping and Hinata rescuing her with the rest of the team. Man, guys, there's a lot of things I loved about this episode, and there's some things I didn't like so much. But I really, this episode really touched my heart. I could go through all the nitpicking and pretty much structure, story-wise, and this and that. As a fan of Hinata and as a fan of Hyuga clan, who hasn't got their due, it was just great to see the sisterly love that Hanabi gives Hinata. Hinata is her Naruto. She inspires to be like Hinata. Hinata is strong but kind, and we heard those words from the confession episode from Hinata, when they showed their actual mom, and Hiyashi, when she said those words when she was a little girl. But man, I just want to see their mom. This makes me want to find out what their mom was all about. How did she die, if she is dead? I wish they would expand that a little bit more, and I'll get to that too. But overall, let's just I'm assuming you guys saw the episode, because this episode was really about Hanabi, really focused on Hanabi and where she was in certain events. It's like a timeline. She's a little girl, and then she starts growing up, and then we see at the very end, when Hinata's going to war, how old Hanabi is. She looks older. She has her hair cut. She, of course, stayed out of the war because she's still too young, and she's the future, basically. And it just was great to see. I just loved her as a little girl. That was what hit me the most, was when she was a little girl and she really wanted to play with her big sister. And even though Hinata was pretty much, training all day and all night, because it seems like Hyugas have to train all the time. But every time, even though she was training, she would go to Hanabi's bed, or Hanabi's room at night, and still play ninja with her. And it reminded me of Sasuke Itachi as well. But then, of course, Hinata is so tired and exhausted, she falls asleep, and Hanabi gets a blanket, curls up with her. That just touched my heart so much. Just seeing a little sister really look up to her big sister. I am a brother of two, I like to call them younglings. I'm actually the older brother. Of course, my sisters are going to be 21 in January. My brother's already 18. But it's just great to see, I get it. I get the family dynamic, and I really try to be somebody that they can somewhat look up to a little bit, or be proud of. So it's just great to see that kind of thing going on here, where Hinata is really trying her best, and she loves her sister, even though we didn't get a lot of too much interaction, like too much dialogue between the two. It was mostly Hanabi finding out that Hinata wasn't very strong when she fought Neji, when she was training with Neji. Especially when Hiyashi pits Hanabi and Hinata against each other to see who's the true heir of the clan. Hiyashi, my thoughts on him in this episode, he's still a dick. But you could see somewhat a little bit that, he's frustrated not only in Hinata, not really on Hinata, but really in himself, because he knows that the Hyuga clan and like his advisor is basically getting on his back for him to find a heir that's truly going to protect the Hyuga clan throughout. So it's not. I mean, I love the scene where he basically tells Hinata, "You're trying, show him what you got, basically, and show him why you're the heir of the Hyuga clan." That was great, and I love the scene where Hinata could have took out Hanabi, but she didn't, because that just tells you the character how Hinata is. Hinata doesn't want to hurt anybody. She is kind. But of course, when it's protecting somebody she loves, like Naruto, and I believe Hanabi in the next movie coming up, that she'll try her best, go all out, and won't show no mercy. But her love for her little sister and something meaningless of being the Hyuga heir was basically, I just love that scene because she said, "No, this is my sister. I don't want to hurt her. This is ridiculous," and she ended up paying for it. But it was great. It was just great drama, great conflict in there. I love that conflict with the Hyuga clan. I think it was a mistake that Kishimoto didn't focus on that, but now they're focusing on it on the new movie. But he should have focused on it in the manga. There's some great material there. And then Hanabi, I love the part. I couldn't believe it. I was like, okay, Hinata stalking Naruto, we get that, but oh my god, here comes Hanabi, and I guess it runs in the family because she's stalking Hinata in one particular scene. She wanted to know where Hinata was going, and she sees that she's watching Naruto, and before that, she saw Naruto basically getting pushed by a mass market, a guy who makes masks, and pretty much insulting Naruto. It was great to see Hanabi and her thoughts on Naruto in this whole series. She gets it. I think she gets why she definitely gets why Hinata is inspiring to be like Naruto, especially in the Chunin exams when Naruto was facing Neji. I definitely remember the part when Hiashi says to Hanabi, "Watch Neji. This is the future of the Hyuga clan." But she wasn't watching Neji. She was. I mean, there are certain moments, especially when Neji did rotation, she was watching that part. But she was really focused on Naruto. She wanted to know why her big sister was so infatuated with Naruto. And then she herself believed that he was a loser. Of course, Naruto won. She felt like it was a fluke. But then she sees Neji changing, and then she felt like she could change her own destiny as well and just become strong and be a little bit more, definitely take more understanding, I guess, of Hinata and stuff. I definitely love also when she was a little girl and she was peeking through all that training sessions that Hinata was like glowing and she's like, "Oh, that's my big sister." I love those moments. I definitely love the moment where she was having a hard time trying to do rotation, or I can't really remember the Japanese word for it, but I loved how they cut her hair just like Hinata in the old days where they had short hair. It looked great on her. Her design looked great. I definitely loved when she was so frustrated, but then she was watching Hinata again and she felt that love and felt that inspiration from her big sister once again. She really wanted to aspire to be like her when she saw Hinata still training, still working hard, even though her father abandoned her, even though she was rejected. She was still working hard, and she was coming up with that new jutsu. So it was great. And then, of course, they go to the pain arc and how she helped out Naruto. And then Hanabi really, really just saw that, like, my big sister's not a reject. She really is something special. So that was great. I just love them really focusing on Hanabi and really Hanabi's thoughts on basically who her big sister is and what she feels like her. And she straight up says that, "I love you, big sister. You're very special to me." I especially love that ending where Hinata is about to leave and they have a goodbye. And I think that was great. Now, here's a little bit of my problems, though. The finer details in this episode. I remember that Chunin exam, and they had knives, Naruto and Neji, so was a little disappointed in that. The art style was a little bit here and there as well. And I wanted to see more interaction, lovely interaction between these two characters, more dialogue interaction. But overall, great episode, touched my heart, loved every minute of it. So thank you guys for listening. Go watch the episode. It's definitely a must-watch if you are a Hyuga fan or a Hinata fan, or just a overall general Naruto fan. So thank you guys for listening, and if you like this video, please push the like button and please subscribe. I make videos and I try to make them as fast as I can. So thanks guys for listening. Danny Man is out.